Hi everyone, my name is davidtki, and coming up next is King's Quest V for the PC. I'm a little excited to show this one off because we did meet the incentive for audio swap, and you probably don't know what that is. We're going to start with a brief little introduction of what that might be. You might notice some of the audio is playing a little in the wrong spots.
An item. This allows you to select an item. Have you previously played King's Quest V?
So yeah, we are playing with the audio swap glitch, and what that happens. Basically, there was more than one CD release. You might have had the original CD release, but there was also a greatest hits version that updated the audio. And this audio swap glitch is what happens if you install with the original CD, but then play with greatest hits. You end up with the wrong audio playing in the wrong places, and it's kind of hilarious. So thank you for meeting that incentive. I'll go ahead and start time on the first click, and that's going to be in 3, 2, 1, go. Immediately turn up speed, turn down detail. That's important. Go down, and, well,
menacingly. That won't convince the
you see, Cedric's not talking about poisonous snakes anymore, so that's going to be very different.
Quit.
What? No, we just started. We're gonna keep going. I don't want to quit just yet. River's telling me to quit. We gotta go to town first to get the fish. Unfortunately, town is going to require 2 visits. There's no way to cut it down to 1, so we might as well get the fish now because we're gonna need it early on.
Quit.
And no, we're not quitting yet. We're gonna keep going.
Quit.
Oh gosh. See, the game's wearing me down already. So we need the fish in order to drive the bear away from the beehive so that we can get the honeycomb.
Quit. Quit.
And then...
rub them out for good.
Oh my god, she's got a deep voice.
Quit.
Anyways, we drive the bear away, get the stick, get some honeycomb, and then go straight into the desert. This is technically the first thing that we need to do. You know, normally with other games, you would think, oh, you need to get provisions for the desert before you go straight into it. No, you have to go into it right off the bat, and you will die if you go like 8 screens without water. This game is kind of cruel about that. Basic plot of the game. Graham's family has been captured by the wizard Mordak, and so Graham is on an adventure to save him. But first, some life-giving water.
Ooh, I've never been here before, but I think this is the way over the mountains. Let's go, Graham. I'm cold.
Yes, Cedric is cold. Well, he didn't follow me into the desert, but yeah, Cedric is cold in this blazing hot desert. Anyways, on his way, Graham is accompanied by the owl Cedric, who is supposed to be an advisor, but is actually completely useless and whiny. But whatever. We gotta listen to the password here first, so listen carefully.
Several hungry-looking harpies eyed Graham.
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
This situation.
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
Yeah, so apparently the password is Graham. It's not open sesame like you would expect. So the other thing that makes this desert so dangerous, you have to go to some specific screens to get some stuff. There's a boot here that I really need, because if you don't find it, you can't beat the game. And then I need to find an oasis. I'm about to, see. Yeah, need more water. And then the bandit camp is going to be further down. So some speedrunning tricks that I'm using. This game basically uses some point-click controls, walk to move, hand to interact with stuff, and right-click switches between them. Some of the important stuff that you should keep in mind is I may be using certain keys to do hot swaps. Like, for example, insert will switch between walk and whatever I had last selected. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be using a lot. I managed to steal a staff from the bandit camp, and so I'm going to use that to open up the vault door. Oh, but first, tab will instantly open up the inventory. A lot of speedrunning this game is making sure you have the right thing
He
selected.
sees none. The harpies are Graham, vicious creatures whom Graham could never.
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
Yes, we remembered that password of Graham perfectly. Who would have thought? So we grabbed 2 things from the vault in there, and then we're done with the desert. We got a gold coin, and we got a lamp with a genie in it. But we don't want to open that lamp because the genie is kind of a jerk. So, done with the desert. Go back to town. Well, forest. Let's see, on the last screen here, I'm going to make sure to select the item I need next, which is going to be gold coin. I actually am waiting a little bit. Sometimes there's some input buffering issues there. Oh, and I got to remember to skip these cinematics because they unfortunately take a whole lot of time. But the gypsies gave me an amulet that you have to actually remember to click on yourself in order to wear it, or else the witch in this forest will turn you into a frog.
Graham rescues a.
But again, now we give the witch the genie.
Yonder.
Let's get a move on, Graham. There isn't anything here.
Uh-oh. That last right now.
Graham, watch out! Graham, watch out!
Watch out! You have to trap the witch because otherwise she will block the bridge to her house. But now that we have trapped an innocent witch in a lamp, we're gonna rob her of everything she owns. Ice hot cup of. So some of the things that we need in this forest. First of all, there's a golden heart in this tree here.
Of the 2 wanderers, Cedric
The tree was missing its heart. And so we need to get that back. In the house there was a spinning wheel and some gems and that key. Oh, but first...
fizzles and dies. Mordak's wand doesn't seem to have much life left in it.
Wait, Mordak's wand is dead? Then what am I going on this adventure for?
That last
Anyways, once you've gotten the golden heart and the other thing from the witch's house, you need to squeeze the honeycomb here and throw out gems in order to lure an elf out and then trap it. Because you're now trapped in the forest unless he shows you a way out. Also, he gives you some shoes. You really need the shoes. So the reason we visited the... Well, the reason we need to visit town twice is because the forest has a couple of things that you need for the town. But unfortunately, you need the honeycomb, so you need the fish. Okay, I'm going to turn detail slider up to show off one little thing here. Because she's crying.
Too bad.
And the sound is too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah, that's just too bad, isn't it? Okay, but we give her heart back.
The bluebird doesn't seem to care about it.
And she doesn't care about it.
Use the eyes of many creatures upon him as
If I see her, I'll let her.
But then she meets up with her boyfriend.
You're looking for.
I would appreciate that.
follows a meandering path through the thick wood.
Excuse me, young.
Graham tries to get their attention, but they completely ignore him. But make sure to grab that harp because it's useful. And yes, I have left detail on purpose for a little bit longer because there's a dog terrorizing the ants here.
Conversation.
Yeah, it's barking noises, conversation. I guess it's... There it is.
Conversation. Conversation.
Yeah, it's just making conversation with the ants, that's all it's doing. Let's turn that detail slider back down for a bit. And then spinning wheel here. So again, speedrunning this involves a lot of making sure you have the appropriate action selected before you screen transition. And then make sure to get all your visual cues so that you know exactly where you're going to be clicking. But ant song incoming. That's not the cheery uppity song I was expecting.
Come
Yeah, I'm trying, Cedric! The ants are taking too long. But yeah, the ants are
Graham
searching
attempts to
this
open the little window,
haystack
but finds it
for a
bolted
needle.
shut. Graham tries to open the small door, but finds it securely locked.
But
The
Cedric,
entrance
there's
to
no
the
need to
small
yell at
house
me.
is through a crudely constructed door. The key won't fit this lock. A small shuttered window fronts the gnome's house. The shuttered window
Quit.
The shuttered window quit.
Quit.
No, 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 don't quit, don't quit. No more quitting. I don't want to quit.
Quit.
No! Oh, but here's an infamous part.
and
This rat will suddenly appear, and you have like a second to throw the boot at the cat, or else the cat eats the rat, and then the game is lost
Quit.
forever.
Quit.
And the game keeps telling me to quit. I think this is some sort of message. But now I finally have everything I need for the second visit to town. There are 3 shops here where people are missing stuff. First, the tailor is missing the gold needle. I give it to him for the cloak, which I'm going to need to get over the mountains. Then there's a toy maker here who will take the marionette that the gnome just gave me in exchange for a spinning wheel. And then there's a cobbler here that I am again going to turn the detail slider up for just to show off a little bit. Yeah, he's booping the shoe with a hammer, literally.
woman has no his wife have retired.
Oh, right, graphical glitch here. Don't worry about that, that's nothing. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, and there's also a coin that shows up on the ground here the second time you're in here. We didn't need it earlier, but we're gonna need it now, because this building that is right here, we're gonna buy a pie. We really need this pie. In fact, we can't win the game without it.
Change for it?
The cloak? Well, why not? It's yours. For the price of a golden needle.
I would like to buy that.
Yeah,
fine
apparently
cloak
Mom
hanging in
here
the corner.
is doing
Will you
clothes
take
shopping in a pie shop.
a lovely golden heart for it? I would like to buy that fine cloak hanging in the corner. Will you take a gold coin for it?
Why, yes. I guess a gold coin would be adequate. Here, let me get it for you.
I would like.
I do have to wait for all this. I can't skip the dialogue. There are some dialogues that you just can't skip.
Nasty running with the
Ice hot.
Quit.
Nasty run-in. That's a pretty nasty run-in.
Quit.
nasty.
Ice.
We
Why do you care?
wanted to comment on its artistry. It's very well done. I don't.
Nope.
I got everything I need.
That's right, I have everything I need. Oh, but the rat I rescued earlier is gonna rescue me from this jam. I do need to come in here for a couple of things. There's the Ant Parade song. Okay, but the rope that I was tied up in, I need it. Yeah.
More interested in
And I also grabbed lamb from there.
Ice hot cup of
Quit.
I thought, quit. No, we're gonna keep this train going. After visiting that inn with the ruffians, I now have everything I need to finally deal with the poisonous snake. Apparently it's weak to tambourines. But I also have everything I need to get over the mountains over here. So Graham's gonna start getting really cold here, so he needs to put on a cloak to keep warm, and he's gonna get real hungry, so he's gonna take a bite from the leg of lamb. Don't eat the pie. You need that pie later. You only ate half of the leg of lamb. Rope up here. Don't use the branch. That's gonna kill you. And then I do have one interesting death here that I'm interested in showing off.
No more for today. It cost 1 gold coin to see Madame Mushka.
Yeah, even Cedric's telling me to quit, although he also demanded payment to keep going. Oh, you gotta use the right steps here. Walk here, and then the sled that I got from the toy maker, I'll be using it.
The wizard man. Alexander.
That's not the Wizard Mananan, that's Cedric. So I mentioned earlier that I ate only half of the leg of lamb.
There's an emergency.
There's an emergency here. The other half I'm gonna use to feed an eagle here who is starving. Oh, I see you think Cedric's dead, and if only he was, but he's not. So that eagle that I fed, I will need its help later, but for now, I'm going to need to use a harp because wolves are going to capture me. And then I have to talk to the Ice Queen, Isabella.
Frozen reaches behind. Cedric looks relieved.
She has
out
a
of those
remarkably
cold
deep voice.
mountains. Cedric looks with wonder at the beautiful beach.
Why are you so
Cedric seems as
concerned about
curious
what
this
Cedric
place as
wants?
Graham. Cedric looks frightened at the sight of the stone serpents. Cedric looks more and more frightened the closer he and Graham get to the bizarre castle.
Oh, but you use the harp to get yourself out of trouble, and then we're gonna need the pie now because we gotta take out a Yeti, so its greatest weakness? Pie! In the face! Right in the face.
Croppings protruding from the midst of the frozen waterfall down the mountain.
While we're here, we're gonna go inside the cave and remember to get a crystal from it. Remember to do this or else you can't beat the game. Yeah, Cedric's too busy looking around. But we defeated the Yeti, so we go back to the wolf. Dirt.
Is too busy looking around and doesn't seem to be paying any attention.
So yeah, we're gonna go on our way.
Cedric seems to be thinking big thoughts right now.
No matter Cedric thinks big thoughts, a big bird comes by and gets me. I'm gonna blame Cedric for this one. It's probably his fault. The eagle that I saved earlier will save me from this bird, but while I'm here, I have to remember to grab a locket from the nest before I get carried away. I need that locket, or else I can't beat the game. And then eagle will save me, yay! He's gonna deposit me on a beach.
Notlessly as he surveys the surrounding area. Impatiently as he surveys the surrounding area. Impatiently.
Yeah, the sound of waves has been replaced with Cedric.
Busy looking around. Is too busy
Oh, don't forget to put honey wax in the boat, or else it will sink, and the game doesn't tell you this.
At the moment. Cedric creating a sticky little puddle at his feet.
No, Cedric, don't do that!
What's left of the honeycomb is a piece of beeswax.
Anyways, we're gonna be sailing for a little bit. I'm actually going up and down between screens there, because that puts me in the center, and I need to be going right a lot. But I get to this island, and there's going to be harpies here.
The wizard Mananan.
Alex,
And they're gonna talk for a little bit, and
be a scourge upon your realm. Are my friend and I free to go now?
Yes.
oh cool, they'll let me go. No, they're not. Looks like I'm gonna have to do something to make them let me go. Harpies like harps, I think. So, well, let's try it. Save the harpies.
I command you to kneel before me.
Oh, they're gonna boss me around now?
Have so thoughtlessly invaded my territory without my permission.
And then suddenly they leave me alone. I don't know why. Anyways, next screen here, Cedric has been hurt by the harpies, and unfortunately, we are going to have to rescue Cedric. We cannot leave him behind. Pick up the seashell there first, and we're gonna take a boat out. So back at the beach, there was a house with an old man who could not hear me. Oh, right, I'm going to be going up, because that puts me in the center, but I need to be going left. And then it's not worth it here, because I got to go left one more screen. But so I got a seashell so that this old man can actually hear me, because he's kind of hard of hearing, and he needs a seashell to hear better. And then I give the seashell to him, he hears better, and then we've got a long cutscene here. Well, he'll make Cedric feel better, and then he'll help Graham get to Mordax Island.
Why should I do that? What will you do for me?
So this is the point when I would cut off the bid war for a spare or bag the cat. if I'm looking at the stream right getting, so a tie.
It's against my better.
Leads to the north and east through the dense foliage of the dark forest. Unseen eyes seem to watch Graham as he
What are they watching me in here?
confusedly through the thickness of the gloomy forest. A root-rutted path stumbles its way east, west, and north through the dark and gloomy forest. In the mists of the forest, Graham can barely see a small house-like form.
Did I miss something?
This is the point for the bid war.
Carefully makes his way through it.
Right. Oh, did I miss it?
Usually large.
No,
Sorry,
no. No, I,
Okay, so it's just coming up. That's what you're saying.
right.
Okay. Let me check if somebody did snap it. It looks like no. It looks like no. Fortunately, slapped it. So it is your call.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm going
To the
to
left.
let RNG decide.
Decaying logs twist
So in Mordak's Island, there's a cat that will show up sometimes, and if he sees you, then you. Now, normally you can deal with him by bagging him up, or you can just hope for RNG to make him not show up at all. So I'm gonna grab what I need to bag him up, but then if he doesn't show up, then I'll just leave it.
As he surveys the surrounding area.
So brief bit, we do normally run the French floppy version of this game, but for marathons I show the CD version. French floppy is about 2 minutes faster, and a big reason for that is because it can skip this whole cutscene. But Mermaid's gonna lead us to Mordak's Island. The poisonous gazebo. Unfortunately, Cedric is not noticing much poison this time. Alright, so if I was sparing the cat, I would leave this fish alone, but for now, I'm gonna grab just in case. And then the crystal I got from the cave is going to get me past these statues somehow.
Door, but he found a house.
Cedric?
I guess it's the power of Cedric. Oh, watch out, that's actually a gap, and if Graham tries to walk over that, he will die. But we're gonna find an entrance here. And the iron bar that I got from the beach, I'm gonna be using it to open it up. I have the power. And then we're gonna go right in. And we have this kind of an infamous maze section of this game. It's very easy to get lost in here. Luckily for me, I know the way. And I don't even have a map pulled up. But we do need to find this guy.
Rocky cliffs.
About that.
Yeah, the tambourine apparently makes rocky cliff noises. We're gonna need this hairpin in order to pick the lock on a door, which happens to be right here.
Like sentinels across the
Nasty running like sentinels. And then there's a bag of deadly looking peas here. The locket I got from the nest, I need to give this Casima here, and then I'm going to make a safety set because the cat might show up at any point after this. So if he can show up right here, he did not. So I'm gonna wait for a blue monster to come on screen, let him capture me.
This sickle burrows in.
I'll take care of you.
Burrows in at the base.
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
This situation.
Graham is really upset at Cedric right now. Not having a good time. But you need to get purpose so you can use a fish hook to get cheese out of that mouse hole. Perhaps the most important item in the game. You cannot beat the game without it. We befriended Casima so that she can free us from this prison. And she's gonna say hi to Graham in the most seductive voice imaginable. Whenever she shows. Is this RNG? How long it takes? There she is.
Graham.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to lose her immediately. Otherwise, I would have to wait for that animation of her walking off the screen every time. Luckily, I already know the way. And it happens to be this way. So we go back to where we were before, only this time we're gonna have to make sure to deal with the monsters. Question from chat, do I run all the King's quests? Not yet. I'm really hoping the cat still doesn't show. Okay, he did not show, so the bag of peas?
Eerie light beckons.
Not
Yeah, the monster slips on the peas for some reason. Alright, so this is make or break time on the RNG. Mordak's bedroom is to the left here. The cat might show up here, and it did not. That is actually bad RNG, because we're going to go into Mordak's library here to read up on some runes, and then
Rest in the desert sun,
learn a
while
couple of
their
spells.
unsavory owners revel within the large.
And then we've got a waiting time, because we have to wait for Mordak to go to sleep. We can see through the room to his bedroom, see when he sleeps. That's going to take 2 minutes of doing nothing. So the only thing you can do to speed it up is if the cat shows up in the bedroom and you bag it in the bedroom, then it only takes 1.5 minutes for Mordak to go to sleep instead. I don't know why that is, but it's what happens. King's Quest 7 is well liked within the King's Quest speedrunning community. There's a lot of people that run it. So a little more story, way back in King's Quest 3, and this game will spoil that story a little bit, spoiler alert. In King's Quest 3, Graham's son Alexander turned the evil wizard Mananan into a cat. And so that's the cat wandering around here. Mordak is Mananan's brother. Revenge. That's the plot. Graham's family's captured, Graham's gonna save him. 2 minutes of waiting for the wizard Mordak to go to sleep. So if you ever wondered if you were doing anything wrong in this room, you were not. It takes that long. It has actually been a long time since I did not get the cat in the bedroom. He shows up more often than not. But while he's asleep, we steal his wand. And so we're gonna go to his laboratory. I would assume people play these via emulation these days. It is true, I am running this on ScumVM. So we're gonna put both Mordak's wand and Crispin's wand that we've been carrying all game but doing nothing with on this machine, and then we're gonna power it with the moldy cheese we found in the dungeon. Which, yeah, that's... Who knew a machine that transfers power from one wand to another was powered by green moldy cheese? Another note on ScumVM, I am using a custom build for this one that gets rid of some throttling that ScumVM does on the game speed. It's available to anyone in the King's Quest speedrunning Discord. Okay, but with power successfully transferred to Crispin's wand, Graham's gonna grab it back, but then Mordak's gonna wake up.
Rocky Cliff widens here a bit, while the chilly ocean...
Rocky Cliff widens here a bit. Unfortunately, Mordak's wand is not completely drained. He has one shot left. And he hits Cedric with it.
not
So he's going to transform into a flying thing, and so we're going to have to use our wand to transform into things. So flying things hate tigers.
continues
Right.
to beat relentless.
This is going to be super simple. Start with the lower right one, then go counterclockwise. That's about it. Next, he turns into a dragon.
The narrow beach, the narrow beach, at 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 the narrow beach upon it. A cascading waterfall, though very beautiful, nevertheless.
And then finally he turns into a snake
Further
next.
travel up the coast. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you can't hear his tremendous swine voice in snake form. Time's coming up real soon. It's when I click the last thing in the lower
the
left.
waterfall hinders Graham's progress farther up the coast. Jagged rocks.
And... time. And with that, Mordak turns into fire, but then Graham puts him out with flame.
GG. That was
GG.
a 29:05.
Cool. I mean, that's nearly 5 minutes slower than PV, but that can happen. Yeah, I slowed down a lot to show off stuff, and CD version is a lot slower than French floppy version. It'll happen. Anyways, thank you so much for having me. Coming up
No
next,
problem.
we have Mr. Guy Average with Super Metroid.
Attracts Graham's
Yep.
curiosity.
Final run of the marathon. It's been a week. It's been a while, but all good things come to an end. But we still have some time. We still have some time for that, Super Metroid bit war. I mean, it's safe is winning pretty hard, but you never know. You never know. You never know.
We saved the cat, so kill the animals.
It would be kind of crazy. It would be crazy because that would mean like almost $100 more for the charity. That would be absolutely ridiculous. Like if you guys in watching can do that, like that would just be the absolute best ending to the marathon. But yeah, thank you so much for running. And as usual, the runners have the last word, so take it away.
I don't have much more except thank you for having me. I really wanted to show this off, and I hope to show it off again in the future.
Attracts Graham's curiosity. Graham
Alright, everyone. It's time for the final run of the marathon. It's time for Super Metroid map completion by Mr. Guy Average. As I said, all good things come to an end. It's been a good marathon. I will leave most of my closing thoughts to, the actual outro as usual. But it has been awesome hanging out with you all doing the usual restreaming. A lot of people don't appreciate it, but usually like the runs that are like in this like the block I restream, like it's super chill. Like it's so chill, and I have to just personally, just on a personal note, just thank everyone for making this happen, making this possible. And yeah, enjoy Super Metroid. It's gonna come up really soon. We just have to get the run fully set up, and then, as I said, we still have that, incentive. It's not close, even though Save is winning a lot. You could make it happen. It would be absolutely ridiculous to beat Save the Animals and actually save the frames. But who knows? We'll see. So see you for the run. Alright guys, we're almost ready for Super Metroid map completion, just doing the final double checks, and it's time for the final run of the marathon. Get your donations for that bid war in. We can still save the frames, I believe, but Super Metroid coming your way very shortly.